You think of them often. Remember shared jokes, inside references, moments when you understood each other perfectly. There was no fight, no betrayal, no dramatic ending. The friendship just dissolved, like sugar and water. So gradually, you barely noticed until one day you realized they weren't part of your daily reality anymore. You tell yourself you should reach out, that you will reach out, but somehow months pass and the gap feels too wide to bridge with a simple text. Here is what haunts many of us. How can something so meaningful disappear without any reason at all? The answer reveals something profound about human connection that we rarely acknowledge. Most relationships don't end because of what happens, they end because of what stops happening. Friendship requires what psychologists call relationship maintenance, a continuous investment of time, attention, and emotional energy. But unlike family bonds or romantic partnerships, friendships exist without institutional support. There's no legal contract, no shared mortgage, no children binding you together. Friendship survives purely on mutual choice, renewed daily. This makes it both the most authentic and most fragile of human connections. When life gets complicated, friendships often become the first sacrifice because they feel optional, even though they're essential. What you're about to discover will change how you see every relationship in your life, not just the ones that ended, but the ones you're living right now. Because the forces that cause friendships to fade are operating in all your connections, invisible and constant. Understanding them doesn't just explain loss, it reveals how to prevent it. Your brain has limited social processing capacity. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar discovered that humans can maintain meaningful relationships with approximately 150 people, close relationships with about 50, and intimate bonds with roughly 5. This isn't a choice, it's a cognitive constraint. Your attention, memory, and emotional energy are finite resources. When new relationships enter your life or existing ones intensify, others must fade to maintain the balance. It's not personal, it's mathematical. This creates what researchers call relationship churn, the natural turnover of social connections as life circumstances change. You start a new job and invest energy in work friendships. You enter a romantic relationship and redirect emotional resources toward your partner. You have children and prioritize family connections. Each shift creates winners and losers in your social ecosystem, often without conscious choice. But here's the deeper mechanism. Friendships require synchronized investment. Both people need to be emotionally available, geographically accessible, and at similar life stages for the connection to thrive. When these factors fall out of alignment, and they inevitably do, the friendship begins to drift. One person gets promoted and travels constantly. Another moves to a different city. Someone has children while their friend remains single. The friendship doesn't die from neglect. It dies from mistimed availability. Psychologist William Rawlins identified this as the freedom versus closeness paradox of friendship. Unlike family relationships, friendships must feel chosen to remain meaningful. But this voluntary nature creates a psychological burden. Each interaction requires both people to actively choose each other again. When life gets demanding, this constant choosing becomes exhausting. The friendship feels like work rather than refuge, and gradually both people choose the path of least resistance, letting it fade. This is happening in your life right now in ways you might not recognize. Think about the friend you keep meaning to call but somehow never do. The relationship isn't deadites in a state of suspended animation, waiting for someone to invest the energy to revive it. But both of you are caught in the same psychological trap. The longer you wait, the more significant the first move feels, and the more difficult it becomes to make. Consider how social media complicates this process. You can maintain the illusion of connection through likes and comments without the emotional investment of real interaction. You know what your old friends are doing, but you don't know how they're feeling. This creates what researchers call weak tie maintenance, just enough contact to prevent the relationship from feeling completely dead, but not enough to keep it truly alive. Notice how life transitions affect your social landscape. Starting college, changing jobs, getting married, having children. Moving cities age, major change naturally sorts your friendships. Some people fit your new life circumstances and get closer. Others don't fit as easily and drift away. It's not about who you care about more. It's about whose presence makes sense in your evolving story. But here's the reframe that changes everything. Friendship drift isn't failure. It's natural ecosystem management. Your social world is supposed to evolve as you evolve. The guilt you feel about lost friendships often comes from treating all relationships as if they should be permanent, when many are meant to be seasonal. Some friendships are designed for specific chapters of your life, and their ending doesn't diminish their value. The healthiest approach isn't trying to maintain every meaningful connection forever. It's being intentional about which relationships deserve your limited social energy right now, while remaining open to reconnecting with others when circumstances align again. True friendship is unmeasured by consistency, measured by the ability to pick up where you left off, even after years of silence. The most mature perspective recognizes that people can love each other deeply while being incompatible with each other's current life circumstances. You can honor what a friendship meant while accepting that it doesn't fit who you are now. And you can remain open to the beautiful possibility that paths which diverged might one day cross again. So here you are, thinking of that friend again. But now you understand why the connection faded and why reaching out feels so complicated. See the invisible forces that shape all your relationships: time, tension, life circumstances, and the simple mathematics of human social capacity. The question isn't why friendships end without conflict. The question is, which connections deserve your energy now, and are you brave enough to invest it intentionally? The most profound friendship might be the one you choose to nurture today, knowing that choosing it means not choosing something else.